This is about to be a disaster or the smartest practice session I've ever done. Okay, whew, I didn't miss a single note. This isn't some advanced trick. This is actually a brain-based practice strategy. And if you're not doing it, you're missing out on an insanely effective practice method and missing link. Here's what most piano players don't know. Learning to stop staring at your hands when you're playing is one of the fastest ways to learn pieces faster and also sight read with much more confidence. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it with one simple exercise. When I think about playing the piano, I can simplify it down into 3 phases. Phase 1 is recognizing what's on the page. You can see the notes and know what they are, decipher the symbols, the fingering, the rhythm, everything that's on the page that you see with your eyes. We're gonna come right back to phase 2. But phase 3 is playing it flawlessly, with confidence, with musicality. Phase 2 is where you are when you can recognize what's on the page, but you're not quite to phase 3 where you can play it flawlessly. And that's where the real work lives. Connecting what you see on the page to what you feel in your hands. Developing that trust that your hands know where to go without having to look and stare at them every few beats. And if you can't play at least a few measures of a piece without staring down at your hands, this is likely where you are stuck. Not because you're bad at reading, not because you're bad at piano playing, but because you've never really been taught how to strengthen the link between them so that your hands can actually predict where they need to go by imagining how it feels. So how do you master phase 2? That missing link between seeing and actually being able to play. You can do it in one simple exercise. And I'm actually going to give you 3 choices of exercises, and I want you to pick the one that feels best to you based off of where you are in your piano journey. We're gonna go over level 1, level 2, and a level 3 exercise. And these levels have nothing to do with your actual playing ability. The only gauge for which level to choose is which one sounds like it would be a little bit challenging, but not impossible. And if you don't know where to start, just start with level 1 and then come back and rewatch this video and try all 3 of them, because honestly, if you were to do all 3 of these exercises, the connection between what you see on the page and your hand's ability to predict where they need to go would strengthen astronomically, and you would not need to look down, rarely, if ever. Okay, so level 1 is that you're going to close your eyes and pick notes out of thin air. In this level, the fingering that you use doesn't matter, and it's best to just start with one note, even if it seems simple. So for example, let's try to find all of the C's on the piano, and you can first do it with your eyes open. Again, fingering doesn't matter. You're just gonna do this several times in a row to familiarize yourself with the distance between all of the C's. This alone is going to help you a lot. But now, to take level 1 to that next step, you're actually gonna close your eyes and try to find all of the C's. And when you do this, it's okay if you want to use the same fingering. It's okay if you want to feel around the keyboard. You're gonna do whatever you need to do in order to do it accurately. So I'm gonna close my eyes now, or put my blindfold on, and I'm going to actually use 1 and 5 because it's an octave, and I wanna be able to feel that distance. And you might notice that I'm not going to jump around as much. I'm going to actually have to feel a little bit. Oops. And if I miss one, I can use my ear to guide me. I'm not gonna panic and open my eyes. I'm going to keep my eyes closed or keep the mask on. Oops. Hang on, I messed that one up. There we go. I'm gonna keep my eyes closed and try to use my ear and my hands to really find those notes. And now, as you can see, after just a few seconds of doing this, I'm feeling much more confident with where all of the C's are. Now, even if you're advanced, like you just saw me do, you're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. The point is not necessarily to get level 1 perfectly every single time, but you can see that even in the 15 seconds that I was practicing that on camera here with you, I got better and better as those seconds went on, right? And so if you were to do this every day for a couple of weeks, there is no chance that you wouldn't improve each and every day. So you could do this with C, you could do this with G. You could take a new note every single day and try to find the distance between those notes. Now, level 2 is a little bit different. Level 2, you're gonna pick a specific set of notes. So it's gonna be more than one note. The notes don't matter, right? Just pick 2 or more notes, and you're going to use a specific set of fingers. And so this level works really well with an interval, for example, like C to G played together at the same time, or a chord like C, E, and G played together at the same time. And in this level, the key difference is it's more than one note and it's consistent fingering. And this is really helping you make the connection between your intention of what you're playing, right? So like if you see on the page C and E, or C, E, and G, and how that actually feels in your hand. And if you're someone that has the Read Music Faster course, this is actually a great way for you to practice with those flashcards that are in that course, specifically of the intervals and the chords, because you can show yourself a flashcard, name the interval, name the chord, and then actually play it with your eyes closed. And it's a really great like added step to help you make this connection and to help you master phase 2. Okay, so for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna do a C chord, okay? So I'm gonna play C, E, and G, and in both hands, I'm gonna use 1, 3, and 5. And I'm gonna keep that fingering consistent, and I'm gonna keep the notes consistent where I'm always playing C, E, and G. Let's try it. Ooh, I'm a little unsure of that one. There you go. My temptation to peek is so high, but I'm wearing a mask. So you can see I'm getting some of them correct. I'm getting some of them incorrect. But it's gonna get better the more I do it, right? And I might just stick with a couple little jumps until I master those, and then I can add another one. And already, so much more improved, okay? Now you can do this also with like just C and E, or F and C, really any 2 notes or any chord this works with. Level 3 is to actually practice your music with your eyes closed. This is what you actually saw me doing at the very beginning of the video. This can be done in a variety of different ways, but the way that it's going to be the most effective is if you take a small section of your music and you do it slowly. What you saw me do at the beginning was after lots and lots of practice. I know that piece very, very well. So I can play it up to tempo, performance level with my eyes closed, but that is not how I started. I started with a measure or 2, very slowly, focusing on accuracy. Okay, so the key here with level 3 is you're not going to just jump in and try to play the whole piece. You're going to take a measure and see if you can do it with your eyes closed. If yes, do it again. If yes, do it again. And do it 10 times or so with your eyes closed before you then add on another measure. So let's take that same piece, that hiding piece. It sounds like this. That's just like the pickup in the first measure. So I'm gonna put my blindfold on and I'm gonna go very slowly, and I'm just gonna try that little part with my eyes closed, okay? All right. Oh, where am I starting notes? There we go, okay. Oop, that's too much. Okay, again, I did it right. And then I would do it again. And the tracker of progress here, how you know if you're ready to add another measure is 1, have you done it accurately like 10 times in a row with your eyes closed? If yes, does it feel easy? Do you feel really confident doing it with your eyes closed? If no, keep going, right? Keep doing it slowly, maybe even make the section a little smaller, maybe even just do it with half a measure. And then once it feels easy and you've done it 10 times in a row accurately, you can add another measure. Go slow, and don't be afraid if you make mistakes. Now I'm going to give you some more specific directions for level 3 at the very end of this video, but I want to let you know one really important thing, which is that you will mess up the first time you try to do these exercises, regardless of which level you choose. That's okay. Your ability to strengthen the connection between what you see on the page and your hand's ability to predict the feeling of where they need to go actually happens in that discomfort of the mistakes. And after you do it for a few days, you get better and better and better. So here's my challenge to you. Choose which level is right for you, comment below, and let us know which level you're going to try, because I want you to commit publicly. Because if you're serious about improving, this is your first step, and committing publicly holds you accountable and makes it more likely that you'll actually actually give it a try. And if you know someone who's constantly looking down at their hands, send them this video. They need it. And listen, if phase 2 still sounds tricky, even after learning about these exercises that you can do, you likely need some additional information on how to connect what you're seeing on the page with what you're actually supposed to do with your hands. And if that's true for you, the sight reading cheat code would really help you out, because that's the entire purpose of it. It walks you through 8 steps that you can take on the page to help you internalize what you're seeing so that you can play with more confidence, freedom, and flow. And if you were to get the sight reading cheat code and also go through the 3 levels in this video, the connection between your eyes and your hands would literally be unstoppable. I'll put the link in the description for the sight reading cheat code. And if you want to learn more about how to master level 3, where you actually practice your pieces with your eyes closed, I have the perfect video for you that's going to take that topic and expand on it even more. You can grab the sight reading cheat code and the link to that next video right here on the end screen. Happy practicing.